Ladies and gentlemen, evening and welcome to this beautiful English program. The head of state was in the Punjab district this week, where he launched the emergency program on community development. Excellency for Nyasingbe was given a warm welcome on arrival by the population of Manduari, regional capital of Punjab. Let's watch it. Gilbert Mokoki, Congolese Minister of Transport, Civil Aviation and Maritime Issues, called on the head of state for Esozimna Nyasingbe this week. He was the bearer of a written message from his president Denis Sassou Nguesso to his counterpart of Togo. No information was given after this audience held behind closed doors. At the House of Parliament, Daman Dramani received a delegation of the DS law firm. This law firm is a French-Canadian law company established in Dakar in Senegal. No information was released after this tete-a-tete held at the Congress Hall Lomé. The House of Parliament brought its first ordinary session of year 2016 to an end this week. Alex Mpoti have a summary of the various deliberation for you. Let's have it.
Chaired by the Speaker, Honorable Daman Dramani, the House deliberated upon the Bill of Law on State Fund Management during the period 2012-2013. Even though MPs of the party in power supported the two bills of law, the opposition parliamentary coalition think otherwise. According to their spokesman, it was a check and balance exercise to see how much of the budget had been spent and that the vote had nothing to bring to the improvement of current financial situations in the country. The Minister of Finance, Adi Otet Ayaso, thanked and congratulated MPs present for voting this finance law's balance for 2012, which was 448,533,243,092 CFA francs, and for 2013, 507,534 CFA francs. Still this week, the 1969 Convention and its 1973 Protocol relative to high sea intervention and accidents that can cause high-level pollution were voted. Two texts that will allow Togo to adhere to these principles worldwide. Minister Johnson of Environment was in front of the House to express himself on the use of our oceans and seas for maritime activities. These accidents, according to him, will help protect the coastal line and the ecosystem around it. The third Vice Speaker of the Parliament took the floor to explain that in 40 years, more than half the number of seabeds are no more existing. The law was voted unanimously by parliamentarians present. This first session ended during the week. 16 plenaries were held since it opened, 3 on the control of governmental actions, 2 on current affairs, one on health issues and others on environmental problems. The House will open again for debates on maritime safety next month.
240 years ago, the United States of America had its independence. The event was marked by a cocktail organized by the American diplomatic representation in Togo, an opportunity to the American ambassador and the Togolese Minister of Cooperation to address the assistance. Alex Umpati has the full story. Let's listen to him.
The American national anthem was sung to highlight the 240th anniversary of the United States of America, celebrated under the symbol of freedom and justice, the two principles being the highlight motive of the American civilization. Members of the Togolese government and diplomatic representations were at the venue. According to the American ambassador in Togo, the USA recognizes efforts made by Togo and progress in the fields of political and economic reforms and its position vis-à-vis the Millennium Challenge. He further said they encouraged Togo to go ahead with these reforms in view of being qualified for the compact project of the Millennium Challenge in order to create conditions favorable for investors and employment opportunities for youths. In order to attain these objectives, he added that Togo have to improve upon the state of law and transparent procedures and inclusive policies that will lead to the local elections in the near future. Democracy and state of law, areas in which Togo have made new progresses, said Minister Robert Duse of Cooperation and Foreign Affairs. He saluted those involved in the promotion of democracy. Robert Duse underlined that the step to be taken to make this ambition a reality should be the duty of every Togo citizen, especially those involved in politics. He thanked the U.S. ambassador for the interest in the youth of Togo, especially in the field of their work and employment issues. He assured him that the government is ready to accompany every initiative of the American government. He extended the Togolese head of state's heartfelt wishes to his colleague of the USA, Barack Obama.
And gentlemen, last month June and through this new month July has been the month of our fellow Muslims. So for that we have in our walls today Imam bin Idris in our walls to discuss some few things about this issue. Imam, how are you doing?
I'm fine.
Can you please tell us your name and what do you do?
Well, I am, as you call me, Imam bin Idris Muhammad Malam Tairu, well known. From Solidarity Mosque in the site called Tokoi Solidarity.
Okay.
Well,
so you're welcome, Imam.
thank you.
Today we have the opportunity to discuss some few things concerning the fasting month that you people have the other time, the other months passed and through this month July. So the last 10 days of the fasting, according to some Muslims, are the days of grace. Is that true? Were you?
At the days of what you mean?
Grace.
Yes. Yes.
You that's true by you.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by that? Can you explain a little bit?
Well, after thanking my Allah and then at the same time thanking you for giving me an opportunity to explain what my religion is about. Really, the 10 last days are the days of grace according to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who have given us these recommendations. We as Muslims believe that the 10 last days are the days where Allah or God will arrange things for the next year. So we have to make sure that we gain the benedictions or the blessings that is in the 10 last days, because Ramadan is being divided into 3 sections, I may say.
Okay, 3 sections.
Yes.
Okay.
Or 3 categories, if I can make it in this way. The first category, which is the first 10 days, are the days of blessings, we call it. And the second 10 days are the days of forgiveness. So we are now in the days of grace. That is, we have to enjoy the freedom.
The third section is the time of what you said right now.
What we call Freedom days.
Freedom days.
Yes.
So that does it mean that they are the days of equally grace?
Well, we call it grace because
grace and freedom they are different.
They are something. Why do we call it? Why some people call it grace? Why in Arabic they call it freedom? They call it grace because we believe that at the last 10 days, everybody will be forgiven.
Okay.
And then they will be very low, and the distance between every believer and every good Muslim, the distance between he and the hell is very, very big difference. It's a big the distance.
Okay.
So we call it, God will give us his grace because he's going to differ us from the hell.
Okay.
So we say he has given us his grace.
Okay.
That's why the English section sometimes call it a grace. Yes.
Thank you so much. So you said right now there is a very good information you've given to us right now. You said the Ramadan days are divided into 3 sections. The first one is blessing, the second one is forgiveness, and the third one freedom or grace.
Yes.
So is it a must for all the believers of Allah? Is it a must for them to fast through all those 3 sections? Is it a must for them, or some people can do the 10 first one, or the second 10, or the third 10?
Well, the Quran verses which has revealed and recommend us for fasting did not differentiate between the 3 categories.
Okay.
The Prophet only give us some explanation so that we know the 3 categories, so that we know how far we can put another effort in the 3 categories. No Muslim is allowed to make his own choice of saying I will fast for the 10 days.
That is what I want to know.
Yes, you are obliged to fast for the 29 days or for the 30 days. And through your obligation, through you fasting for the 30 or the 29 days, you are benefiting or you are gaining the blessing according to its category.
Oh, okay. Okay. So how can fellow Muslim live in order to benefit from this grace? How can they live? What can be their lifestyles in order to benefit from all this grace, or all those 3 sections you're talking about right now?
Yes, for the first section, as we call it, the first category, you are only fasting and then you go to prayers. And the second one is the same thing. But the last one, you have to devote your time all through the night. So if you are able to, you were able to go around in the night, you will see that all the mosques in Togo are very busy because they start prayers from 8 o'clock in the evening, go back and come back at 12 midnight and start prayers until 3 o'clock in the dawn time, to show that they wanted to make sure that they gain this opportunity given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that all Muslims will finish the fasting in a good manner, so that they can enjoy the blessing and the grace, as you call it.
Okay, so you being an imam, so for you want to tell all your fellow Muslims that it's a must for them to do those 10 days that are remaining, that are the last ones. Is it a must that you want to tell them that all of you have to do the last 10 days?
Well, fasting is must.
Okay.
They must fast.
Fast.
Yes, they must fast because according to the Quran, according to the Holy Quran, it says, I have ordered you to fast within the 30 days. So fasting is a must for everybody, and every imam have to tell the Muslim you have to fast.
Okay.
Except when you have an excuse which will allow you not to fast. That is another different case. But fasting is a must.
It's a must.
But coming to pray in the midnight at the mosque is not a must.
Okay.
But it's something recommended.
Okay.
And that if you are able to do it, you enjoy the blessings. But if you cannot come, but we will advise you not to oversleep. Make sure that the 10 last days, even though you cannot come to the mosque, make sure that you enjoy the night by making prayers in your own room with your family instead of you sleeping throughout the night. So it's not a must, but it's something recommended, which will give you some extra blessing.
That's right.
To what you are doing in adoration.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much. So you said every imam must tell his fellow that it's a must for you to fast. So somebody that is not fasting, a Muslim that is not fasting during this time of Ramadan, is he sinning?
Of course.
Is that person sinning?
It's an obedience believer. It's an obedient believer.
No, what am I saying is that if that person is not fasting,
yes,
is it a sinner or is he sinning against the law?
He is committing a very big sin.
Okay.
A very big sin, miss. Yes.
Okay.
So a Muslim who rejected the fasting and said, I am not fasting, and he has no any valuable excuse to give, and he say, I am not fasting simply because I don't want to fast. It's a big sinner.
Okay. So is he going to be punished by Allah?
Well, we believe punishment of Allah whoever sins, but we believe again that Allah always forgives whenever you ask for forgiveness. But during fasting time, really, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam really emphasized it. He said, whoever lives until the month of Ramadan and he could not even fast so that he can gain the blessings that is exist in the month of Ramadan, then he has nothing to gain from Allah, which means all that he will get from Allah is punishment. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I want to go furthermore. Do you think all the Muslims that are fasting, do they gain something? Do you think that, or do you have that assurance that they gain something automatically, that they are fasting, they gain something? Can you assure us that?
I am assuring you, because the more times goes, the more people try to fast. And you know, people will not like to fast if they don't believe they are gaining something. I am assuring you that if you really complete your fasting in a way recommended by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and after fasting you will really find that all that you have asked Allah, all the prayers and everything that you want Allah to do for you will be realized in a way you cannot even believe it. We don't have a time to give more examples which the Muslims are enjoying after Ramadan. After Ramadan, most of them have their own dreams realized, because it is a special time whereby we have a very special night where we believe as Muslims that Allah and his angels will be with us in this world only to listen to us and make sure that they attend to our needs. So after Ramadan, I personally have experience.
I'm about to ask you the question. That's you personally. Have you been gaining so far when you fasting?
If you were to know me some years ago and now you know me, you can see that I am really gaining something after Ramadan. And whenever it is time for Ramadan, everybody is enjoying, because we know it's like a farmer who is from the bush coming back home, and then he feel thirsty. He wanted to have some fresh water so that he can put on his body, and finally he will come across a river. You can imagine how he will rush to that river and make sure that he takes more water and drink and then bath in that river. It's the same thing like the Ramadan. It's like the same thing like Ramadan. As soon as the Ramadan is approaching, every Muslim knows that all his dream will be realized after Ramadan. So that's why we put more effort to make sure that we complete or accomplish our fasting in a way recommended by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Iman bin Idris, that's it. Thank you so much. So when is the celebration day?
Well, you know, we have a traditional beliefs that we don't fix dates for our starting of fasting, and we don't fix dates for our celebrations. We have to see the moon. You all know it. But I think the authority has already make some studies, and therefore they have already decided to say that maybe I say maybe so that people will not say I'm taking decision that the celebration may come on Wednesday. So how are you going about it, the celebration? How are you going about it? That's the preparation and everything. That's the day is coming close. How are you getting prepared? Well, as usual, in every celebration you make sure that you satisfy your family. So we have to prepare our family, our children, and then make more invitations so that the niece can come to our house and enjoy themselves for the whole days, so that they all feel that today is a ceremony day. As the Prophet said, Inna likulli qawmin idi wa hadha iduna. What does that mean? It means every community has its own celebration, and today is our celebration day. So we try to give more invitations to more people who are in need, so that they will come to the rich men's houses, so that they can enjoy the food they have never eaten before.
That's very interesting. Imam bin Idris, that's very interesting. Can you conclude, because time is up now, can you conclude everything we just said right now to the viewers, to your fellow Muslims?
Well, all I can tell them that we have started well. We make sure that we finish well. Because this is the last day, and the last days are the very important days, and they are also the days that always give some people some sort of laziness. So we are trying. I will just call all my brothers, Muslims, that they make sure that the last days are very important, and they should stop sleeping. Make sure that they make a wake keeping throughout the 10 last days, so that after Ramadan we can all enjoy the celebrations, and then we find that our dreams and our needs and our requests will be realized.
Thank you so much, Imam bin Idris. Thank you for honoring our invitation. I hope the next time this celebration comes around, we'll call on you. You'll be here with us. Thank you so much, and we wish you a very good celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of this beautiful English program. We will now make way for our native languages just after this program. See you next time at the same channel, on our mother channel, where we enjoy news and everything. You are blessed. Bye-bye.